Hello, welcome to the channel. This is Purple Flame. I just finished a non-spoiler review for the drama See You in My 19th Life. So if you haven't watched the drama, please go watch the non-spoiler version. This is the spoiler version, and please do not give yourself spoilers. Not good at all. Very bad behavior. I actually didn't know I would have a lot to say about the drama, but it turns out I do have. Every time I note something that I want to say about the drama, I realize, oh, this is going on and on and on. Every time I do a review, right, I keep forgetting to say stuff, especially because it's a series. I would forget like one incident. After the camera's off, I'm like, oh no, I forgot to say that. So this time I actually have stuff written down. Anyway, on to the review. After I watched it, one of the main things that remained in my head was that I wasn't expecting the supernatural obstacle that came in the last phase of the drama, right? Like the first life things, everything related to it. I actually thought the drama would be about like Moon Soha recognizing Banjim as like the Nuna he knew, right? And I thought it would be about that and about all the characters learning to accept her loss or like dealing with the emotions probably left over from the incident. I thought that was what it was all about, and also maybe accepting the reincarnation part and things like that. I didn't expect the whole first life tangent that the drama took. It was interesting, but it also felt a little out of pace than the first half of it. So I was a little bit, okay, where is this going? And towards the end, there were so many flashbacks about the first life, and I was like, no, just tell me what happened. Don't give me too many flashbacks, please. But it was actually interesting, you know. I didn't expect that, and it actually worked well. The first life tangent brought this interesting topic, right? I mean, not topic, this interesting trope or this interesting line that came into the drama where it was about revenge. And we know that there's a lot of like revenge tropes where like, you did this to me in this life, I am so vengeful about it that even this many lives later I will take revenge on you, right? So that's the trope. But instead it was more of like, is revenge necessary right now after living so much? Although her emotions were so strong that it's the very thing that triggered her reincarnation, right? She's reincarnating because of her vengefulness, but at the end of it all, she doesn't want revenge because it's unnecessary. Why would she take revenge? She has this entire new life waiting for her. Would she like destroy that in the name of revenge in the first life? Like, she remembers it. The emotions are not like faded or anything, but it feels unnecessary. And it was interesting because that makes sense, right? Especially imagine the person you want to take revenge on in this life is a good person or is remorseful. What will you do? Will you give it up, or will you be like, no, my emotions from that life are still so strong, I have to take revenge? So it was interesting to see the revenge is no longer necessary trope. It wasn't too surprising that she took that path, but I liked that they brought it there. She chose not to take revenge because she has another life right now, right? People are waiting for her. She doesn't need to throw it away. Although in her case, like at least in this case, she is kind of lucky that the people from her first life, she's getting a chance with them again. Whether it's her sister, whether it's like Soha. Yes, they're not the same people, but you know, that kind of, I guess, that feeling. So is revenge really necessary? It wasn't, right? So that whole reincarnation for revenge trope, that's like a cliche, but it's totally unnecessary here. That was interesting. The other thing I thought about when I was watching the drama is, she's had 19 lives so far, right? In each life, she's a different person and she's had different experiences, and she remembers all of them, right? She remembers each and every emotion, and she's literally living like 19 lives, kind of like she has her current life, but she's still, the pain, the emotions, everything, she still remembers them. It's still like fresh in her mind. That is something that has been repeated in the drama. One of the things that was, I wondered was like, won't the lines blur? Like, for example, there was this life where she had a daughter, right? And her daughter died. And so she's been a mother before. There was another life where she was a flamenco dancer. I don't know if it's pronounced flamenco or flamenco. She's a flamenco dancer, and she had a lover. I think it's either her husband or her lover. He also passed away. In another life, there was a girl she loved, and she also passed away. A lot of tragedies, also a lot of relationships, which also made me think she had like a full life where she's grown old, become a grandma. You know, let's say she got married, she had kids, her kids had kids, and she had like grandkids. And I'm wondering if the lines have ever blurred for her, where she has all those connections in her head, in her heart, right? When she's born into a new life, not necessarily her 19th life. Let's say she's born into this life, right? Like, how does she see the world? Like, she like, okay, there's so many relations among humans, and they all end and nothing matters. Is it like that, or is she extremely opposite? She's like, everyone matters. She's been a mother, she's been a grandmother, she's been a father probably, she's been a brother probably. You know, she's been so many different people. I feel she can connect to so many different kinds of people. Might be too overwhelming for her, where she's either completely cut off from all feelings or she feels everything at once. I was very curious about it. You know, she has so many lives in her head. What difference does it make in each of her lives, other than the talents? I mean, there were, you know, the talents that she uses and the talents she uses in the world. What about those feelings of hers? When she sees someone, does she think, oh, I know what that person thinks, oh, I know how that person feels, I know how it is to lose a child, I know how it is to lose like a husband, a lover, I know how it is to, like, you know, be a sister, I know what it means to be a brother. Does she like relate with everyone in the world or something? I was very curious about that, and how her state of mind would be, you know. Does she understand everyone? Does she care for everyone? I know that she was tired. Each and every life, when it ends, her only prayer is that she shouldn't reincarnate again, except when she met Soha, she wanted to reincarnate. They do mention that it's because she met Soha and she finally felt like this life, this current life, she could live it the way she was. Like, she felt her age, even with all those memories, even with all those experiences, she felt like she was that 12-year-old girl. So that was something special. But I don't think it's only because of Soha. In most of the lives that they showed, right, she always faced some kind of tragedy. Either like she lost someone, most of it was losing someone, or she like faced wars and, you know, so many bad things happening to her. It felt like a happy life was very rare. The only non-tragic life they showed was when she was the Arab person, where she made the formula for soju. And this is only from the ones they showed us, right? Maybe she had like a really happy life in the lives that they didn't show us. When it came to her 17th life, she was born into a well-off family, and so in terms of like poverty or in terms of like, you know, money, nothing was lacking. She met good people. Her mom, her little sister, her dad, they were all nice to her. They were good people, right? She even mentioned this to her mom, you know, that I've never had a mom like you in any of my lives. So I feel like her 17th life was special not only because of Soha, but also because of everything else. It might have been understated, but I feel that was also another reason that she subconsciously thought that she wants to live that life again. Soha might have been one of the most special parts of her 17th life. Why am I saying 17th? It's 18th, right? Right. Her 18th life, sorry, might have, what was I saying? Soha might have been like the most special part of her 18th life, but I still believe that everyone else around her made her 18th life nice, that she wanted to relive, and that's why in the 19th life she went back looking for them, which apparently is not something she does a lot. Especially that line where she says she has always concentrated on her own pain. She couldn't see others' pain, but right now she cares enough for them that she can look past her pain and finally see that there is also the pain of the people left behind. So maybe because everyone was special to her, she could look past her pain and she could see that the others were also hurting. So I felt that Soha was probably not the only reason as to why she wanted to reincarnate this time. Talking about hurting, right? The little sister, Hyun, and the character's name is Yoon Cho-won. Bunjim's like little sister, Juwon. Juwon's little sister. I felt like she was hurt a lot. And in the beginning, they almost paint her as this annoying character. It felt like she was like overstepping her boundaries. But the more you get to know her, you realize what is happening, right? I felt bad for her, okay, because at one go, she lost her sister and she also lost a really good friend, because these three used to hang out together. So these three were really good friends. When she lost her sister, yes, she did lash out at like Soha, right? And definitely hurt her. There is a reason why he is also avoiding her, because not only because dialogue hurt him, but because he gets reminded of Juwon too much. But other than that, when you think from Chowon's perspective, she lost a sister and she lost her best friend, and suddenly it's like there are two huge voids in her life. She was a kid and she lashed out. She did something wrong. She did feel remorseful, definitely, and she tried so hard to get him back, right? She tried so hard to talk to him, but it was too difficult for him, and suddenly she like has no one on her side, that kind of feeling. And then she has a crush on Hapiso, right? Ha-do-yeon. So she has a crush on Ha-do-yeon, and she also gets rejected there multiple times. So getting rejected by two very important people in her life, it was sad. And Hapiso is like so obsessed with keeping things proper, because he feels like one of the only things he has left to protect is the little bit of pride he has. Even at the expense of his own emotions, he will make sure to keep it. And so being rejected by two very mean people in her life, I felt really bad for Yoon Jo-won. And in comes this lady who is very easy to talk to, and she shares everything about her sister, even reminds her of like her sister, and she trusts Banjim, and then again she feels like Banjim betrayed her trust and used all that information to get Soha. Chowon was like being ping-ponged in between all of them. I felt like she just kept getting hurt and rejected all over again. But it was nice to see her character and her character development and how all of those things went, although I really felt bad about how hurt she was. Coming to Ha-do-yeon, he is so obsessed with like making sure that he doesn't cross any lines. He has created like this boundary for himself, and even if like his best friend, Soha doesn't mind, and even Yoon Jo-won really likes him and he also likes her back, he has created these boundaries for himself that he does not want to cross, because the only thing he has left is like pride. That was again another sad thing. I understood why he did it, and I wanted him to like get rid of it and be like, it doesn't matter. But it was also another interesting thing to see, like how much do you expect a person to like. You can tell people it doesn't matter what others think, but to be honest, after a point of time it does matter what other people think. If you are the kind of person who's like it doesn't matter at all, that's a huge achievement. But it's really hard to let everything be. You can't always make sure that you don't care what others think. So it's a little hard, and I felt why he was doing the things he was doing, but it was also a little bit, oh no, it's a story. So in general, I felt like the drama had a lot to say through its characters. I feel like I enjoyed the characters way more than the trope, because the trope was, while interesting, it was also very simple, right? It was mostly about like the emotions that these characters are dealing with. There was also this arc with Soha and his father, where at the end of it all, it was like Soha's dad is not really bad. Okay, like that's true, right? Like he did whatever he did for a reason. He was trying to protect him. I get all that, but it still doesn't deny the fact that Soha's dad as a father he was not that great. I mean, he still didn't give Soha that like good memories or something. So although I wouldn't say he's bad, right? I still feel like Soha as a child still deserves a lot of love from his dad, a lot of good memories from his dad, but I feel like he's left with a lot of bad memories and hate, and maybe it has a reason, but it still doesn't deny the fact that he didn't get good feelings from his dad, something like that. So the last part of the drama, right, the whole supernatural, the first life part of it, I wasn't sure what to think of it. It was interesting, it was fine, and I really liked the whole revenge is unnecessary kind. But then I felt like compared to the first part, right? The pacing was a little slow. I actually don't have many thoughts on it. All I can think of it was, okay, that happened. The whole plot about people being in danger because they know of her reincarnation, that was also interesting, and they had to solve it. And the only way they could solve it was her forgetting everything, but everyone else would remember. The point is sort of moot, but we can work with that, right? And when she loses her memory, I like how they just scripted everything to just like walk into her life. The ending was very easy, to be honest, but I liked that it was simple and straightforward, because when you think about it, if something like that happens, you would choose the easiest way to walk into that person's life, right? You already know everything. You would script everything so that you walk into their life as naturally as possible. As naturally as possible. It was kind of silly also the way they did it, but they're like, now we're going to do to you what you did to us. You knew everything before. Now we know everything. You don't. It kind of works for Soha, okay, because he's doing all those creepy things to her again, literally walking up to her and be like, we've seen each other for the first time, date me. And I'm like, I guess, I don't know, karma is a circle or something. He gets to do all the creepy stuff back to her, I guess. Again, I guess that whole comfortable feeling or whatever, because how can you not feel something's weird when one fine day so many strange people act like they know you, and they're like, these are strange incidents. I am guessing she subconsciously knows that, it's okay, they're not a threat or something like that. That's the only way I can like try and understand the fact that security bells or something are not going off in her head. Alarm bells, right? Sorry. Alarm security bells. Alarm bells are not going off in her head about these people. It was fun though. I like that the relationship between all of them and her, what do you say? She's getting a redo with all of them. That's very nice, and they're all healthy. So I'm glad for the happy ending. I found her aunt very cute. Her official aunt slash her nephew in the previous life. She was also very cute. Their relationship was quite cute. There are also a few action scenes, right? That whole lawn shark thing with her Bunjium's brother getting a loan and her going and saving. So there are a few action scenes which I enjoyed. And there was something I always wondered, okay, that whole recording scene? The loan shark literally put the recorder on top of the shelf. How did he not see? How did the uncle not see it? When the loan sharks were discussing something like that accident was not just an accident, it was probably murder. It's sort of a glass door. Not completely transparent, a little like semi-opaque. But how could they not see someone with opening the door a little bit and peeping in? Because if I was talking about a secret, I would like look everywhere. I'm the kind of person who imagines that there is someone in some corner listening to me. I would go check. I would open my cupboard and check before telling someone a secret. How can they not see that? But anyway, suspense of disbelief. It's not like I haven't seen other dramas and this has stopped me from enjoying dramas. No way. That reminds me, I have very, very, very two important questions regarding this drama which I feel like will be in my mind always. And number one, is the pool in his house always heated, whether he's using it or not? Every time there's a scene, it's always heated, it's always steaming. What is this? Who pays your electricity bills, dude? I know you're rich, but still. Also, a heated pool. I would like one, please. I would like a pool, period, but heated pool. Second out, how do you go sit at the bottom of the pool? I have tried for years, okay? It's very easy for some people to sink to the bottom and sit and be all zen there. I have tried for years. My instructors have told me, breathe out, you just need to like go down and then use force, sit there. I use force, I breathe out, I go down, and then like I ping right back up like a deflated animal slime or something. Oh, how do you do that? I have tried everything to go down. Like, I have gone down, okay? I have touched like the pool floor. I have tried my best to sit there, but no, I just keep floating right back up. I also want to go down there and sit all zen and enjoy peace like for 2 minutes or however long my lung capacity is, but whatever. I'm not trying to drown. I don't know. I've tried everything. I can't sink.